like I say, a lot of people just saw LS, and they didn't know what LS meant. They so there's a lot of people running around trying to guess. They saw Lucifer Star. Like I said, they were trying to get people to give up their diamonds and jewelry. Like I said, they attacked they attacked the Russian Tiffany store, or the Russian museum that was Tiffany's, that had all the jewels on display and everything, and called it the Hitler's headquarters. It wasn't Hitler's headquarters. It was just the Russian Tiffany store, the Russian, where all the diamonds and jewels were stored, basically. And they supposedly did a raid on Hitler. And it's like Adolf Hitler didn't work there or live there. That was actually like that was that had nothing to do with Germany. That was actually the where basically all the jewels and diamonds were located, and necklaces. And a bunch of people just broke in, stole a bunch of stuff, smashed the cases, and basically overwhelmed the police and then shot their way out. And I think got shot mostly on the way out. Started a big fire and burned a whole bunch of the jewels too, because the diamonds melted. Diamonds melt with heat. Anyway, well, at least cubic zirconian or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. I forget. I don't think true diamond. I don't think will burn. I don't think. I think true diamond. Yeah, I think real diamonds don't burn. There's a difference between cubic zirconian. There's a lot of things that they say this is diamond, and it's like no, that's actually a cubic zirconian. There's a difference between cubic zirconian and true diamond. True diamonds are don't burn unless exposed to at least 5,000 degrees or 150,000. I think real diamonds they're forged in 150,000 degree temperatures, and they can take 150,000 degree temperatures because they're solid carbon or something like that. That on the TV you'll say this is a diamond and see how it melts and blah blah, and I don't think there's a difference actually. There's actually a difference between what people say that there's a lot of stuff that's cubic zirconian that's going around that people because cubic zirconian you can't tell the difference between cubic zirconian and a real diamond. I forget exactly the difference is. I think there is a difference. Anyway, I used to know all the differences between all the different stones, and because I forget. I just remember real diamonds. The real diamonds could take huge amounts of temperatures. But somewhere around 1930, 1920 or so, we started actually manufacturing diamonds, and that's where you get the jewels. People get confused. The Jews confused with the jewelry people, the jewels or whatever. Um, and there's a difference between real stone and fake stone. Um, I forget what the difference is, but there's a lot of things that they're basically just glass manufactured. You can manufacture diamonds, and like I said, it's basically just glass. That's all it is. It's heavy carbon glass, I think, or something like that. There's a difference, and it won't see that kind of stuff. I think melts at 5,000 degrees and 50,000 degrees. But I mean, you can have high grade glass that'll look just like this is actually plastic, and I think I actually wanted a plastic thing instead of a glass thing because to make plastic this hard is actually a lot harder. Or something. I don't know. It might be a glass one, a zirconian thing. Anyway, though, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it looks just like. I mean, you can make stones any color you want. I mean, there's a lot of things that look very pretty and look real, but they're not really real. I mean, to actually get a real diamond, diamonds are actually the real diamonds are actually like I think they can take temperatures up to 1,000,000 degrees or something. There's a difference between them. I forget what it is. It's how everything is put together. You probably don't see that stuff anymore. I don't know. It's been too long since I got into it about all that kind of stuff. I mean, and besides, like I said, they hit the place and they burned it to the ground and they didn't touch the jewels. All the necklaces were still there, just pulled up and basically slagged up. And probably because it was all fake, they had gone through and already replaced everything with the fake stuff. So, and like I said, a lot of the necklaces that were supposed to be titanium necklaces were found pulled up and what's it called? It's like, well, titanium doesn't melt that easy. So obviously, they weren't real. Anyway, you can put titanium and silver together, and we were doing a lot of stuff back in the old days. Anyway, people broke in, they raided it. It's part of Nixon, JFK, and the Yankees, and they just went through and stole everything. Anyway, it happened like 1920 or 1908 or something, or 1930 or something. They're just going around stealing everything, not paying for anything. Whatever, who cares, At least the people got away. Mostly. They shot a lot of people, though, trying to get to the stupid diamonds. It's really frustrating. They would hit a city and they would shoot the guards and shoot their way all the way to where the diamonds and jewels and gold was stored, and then they would shoot more people, and then they would shoot people randomly on the way out. All for fucking jewels and diamonds. And it's like, those are built. We created them. But they didn't have any money and they wanted it. They thought it was valuable. So they killed a bunch of people, stole it, and then they couldn't even sell it because, it's public. It's on record as being those jewels. So, it's not like they could really wear it in public or anything, or if they did, they couldn't wear it that often, because it's like, oh, so you're the people that broke into that place and killed all those people and stole those jewels. Like I said, they tried to sell it on the black market as diamonds, and then people found out that, and they had to like rip out the diamonds and all this other stuff, and try and redo the necklaces, and all that and all this and all that other things because they had killed over 1,000 people stealing them. They had burned the whole town down, stealing stupid jewels and diamonds, and so they had to recut every stone. They ended up shooting. They killed like 500 people. It was investigated afterwards, and it's like, well, they shot their way in here, they went over there, and then they held everybody hostage. Then they shot more people. They raped a whole bunch of women, and then they, that's what the Nazi Hell's Angels or bikers did. Basically Nixon, JFK, Yankees. They did this around 1920, 1930. I don't know when, some year. Anyway, they had machine guns and they shot a whole bunch of people, shot their way through the police department, and shot their way through all the guards and shot their way into the building, smashed all the cases, stole all the stuff. It's like 5,000-year-old stuff, and I think some of it had already been replaced or something like that. So anyway, and then they burned a bunch of it. Anyway, it just ended up being a mess. All this happened in Russia, all for stupid diamonds. So they burned more jewels than they stole. The necklaces were left behind. And they went out and they tried to pawn them off, trying to sell them. Couldn't even sell them because they were too well known. They'd killed too many people going into that town. And they left a smoking ruin of a town behind. They had killed like over half the town's population doing it. And lost like a third of their force also in the process. And then claiming whatever. It's one of the great attacks on record. They have the site for every rape, every body, where they lined up the people and shot them. The town's burning and they're still shooting people in the street. And they finally do surrender because the town's on fire or something. Anyway, it was really bad. Really, really bad. Anyway, then they claimed they're going after Adolf Hitler or some shit like that. They're just trying to cover their ass for trying to steal the diamonds. That was where that was a museum. And a jewelry store. Whatever. I don't really care, a bunch of druggies or whatever. I don't even know. They just wanted the nice jewels. Anyway, whatever. I don't even have all the facts straight, but and then they film it and they show it on the film, on the TV. Not on there right now, but I mean. Anyway, though, there's just so much bullshit and so many lies that's just ridiculous, and I was just like, fuck it. And then you have Lenin, some actors or whatever, some other people, parading around. He's an actor or something like that. And And he didn't do. He might not have done too bad of a job. Who knows? Anyway, people don't even know these people, and yet they want them to run their country. Whatever. You know, it's just a big mess.